Hello all and good evening everybody. We have got a major pub quiz going on here. Wanted to make sure everybody had the opportunity to see what the Prime Minister had to say regarding the lockdown first, but then we're going to kick off with the pub quiz. Now there's no Q&A. Hopefully you all got the message earlier when I sent it out up pretty much everywhere. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give plenty of people the opportunity to come in. What I've got is a really special pub quiz I've made for you. I've spent a lot of time on this, so I hope you enjoy it. I basically got how many questions? I've got 35 questions with 55 points up for grabs. 55 points are up for grabs in this. So PJ's in, Nick Muller's in. So this is the pub quiz. So get your pen and paper ready. You got 10 minutes. 10 minutes of the stream before I kick things off. So yeah, pub quiz time, guys. Pub quiz. Got to keep saying that because if people are coming in, they want to know that they're coming into the right place for the right thing. Got an idea for the pub quiz I could suggest you tomorrow? So yeah, nobody's mic. That'd be great. That will, mate. Ryan's in. How's it going, my friend? Your hair's long. I know exactly what my hair is, mate. It's an absolute fucking mess, mate. To be honest with you, fucking honestly, it is absolutely goddamn awful. So Labs, where's the first stream watching Boris? Yes, mate, I did put it out through pretty much everything. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and on here on a post. Did you see my comment last night? No, mate, I haven't looked at any comments properly today. Ryan G, the missus told me earlier, if they do a points per game system, commentary go up if League One vote for it next week. So it's a flawed logic, in my opinion. Thought I said to the missus it's the best idea. Well, it looks as though it could be the only idea at the moment, mate. But then let's not jump the gun just yet. Let's just wait and see. So Labs, yeah, because he was doing that at 7 o'clock, I wanted to make sure that I did something, that wasn't gonna go in line with that, if you know what I mean. So now I thought I would bait a much bigger pub quiz, a proper pub quiz. I'm going to wait until we get to the 10-minute mark, give people the time to get in, get the pen and paper ready. But yes, we are going to do a cheeky pub quiz now. And like I said, I got 35 questions with 55 points up for grabs, so it's going to be a good one. And anybody who's particularly alarmed by my hair, yeah, it is an absolute fucking mess. I know, an absolute goddamn mess. To the point they're calling me Lego head in work because it looks like the clip-on hair you do on a Lego man, and I can't disagree with that. I need to get that shit cut, don't I? Big time. Mrs. won't let me shave it off. That's what I want to do. I want to just shave the bastard lot off, but she won't let me. But yeah, 35 questions I've got today, and I've worked all bastard day on it, so you better bloody enjoy it. And for those of you who are regulars, try and drag as many people you know in, all your mates, all your family and all that who might be interested in this. I want this to be a bumper viewed video. And the pub quiz itself, like I say, 55 points up for grabs. And if you've got nothing better to do on a Sunday night, you may as well come in here. Football themed pub quiz, happy days. Callum, my missus won't let me shave mine. Yeah, I think there's a few of us with that problem. Although when I spoke to Henry earlier, mine and his video that we made via Skype should be live whilst the stream is going. So there's something for you to watch later, guys. He's shaved his, and his girlfriend didn't like it, but he just did it anyway. Favourite saying, Mum, Dad, cat and dog. Get them all in, mate. Get them all in. Everybody. Shave it off for charity, Taff. Now there's a shade, eh? If Mike's being as Mike raised £100 for the NHS, what if we did a stream where Leanne shaved mine off and to see how much money we could add to that? How many donations we could get to do it? So PJ, can you see it? Is that about your comment? Yeah, I'll have a look at it later after this. I will. Kieran, my mum's hairdresser, so look, oh, happy days. Good for you, man. Good for you. I unfortunately haven't got anybody in my household with that kind of skill. It's only me and Leanne anyway. And when lockdown's over, could I come over to see it as well? To see what? What do you want to see, Mike? You better not get weird on me, mate. Anyway, guys, so we're approaching the 5-minute mark. We're going to give it another 5 minutes. I'm going to talk a bunch of bollocks for a little bit longer. but try and get some more people in. If you're just tuning in, yes, we are doing a pub quiz, a football themed pub quiz. I've got 35 solid questions here, 55 points up for grabs, and the way I've done it as well. What's what we got here? Rift thing. How's it going, mate? Okay, you here for the pub quiz, mate? Are you? It's going to be a blinder, I can tell you that. 35 questions I spent all bastard day on, and I've got 3 different themes as well. 3 themes. So basically, like the first lot of questions, the first 10, who they played for before. So I'll give you the player name and then the team name, and you gotta answer with the team they played for before them. So I've got 10 of them. Who they won it with. So there is a manager, and there's a manager. Then there's a competition in a year, and you got to guess which club they won that with. Who I scored these goals for is round number 3, and then there's a player with their appearances and goals and the years they played for that club, and that is, again, a 1-point answer. You've got to get the club. And then finally, what we got is the 5 ranking winners of 5 different cup competitions. You don't have, with that one, it is just name the teams who were in the top 5, and that's all it is. Do you watch WWE or AEW? I don't. I used to watch WWE a long time ago, back in the good old days when you had Stone Cold and The Rock and all that in there. Used to quite enjoy it then. Don't really watch it now though, mate. I think Brighton are playing on this virus, Taff. They don't want it to restart. Why? Do you think they're going to go down, mate? Do you? If it does, there's a shake because they were in some bad form. Labs, I'm not going to do well tonight. I'm sure you'll be fine, mate. You're always fine. You always do well, mate. Don't worry about it. There we go. Make a new series on my channel, Michael Meets. Would you come on it for me? Would I come on it? I might. It's not as if you're not doing anything for us at the moment. The least I could do is do a cheeky video for your channel. No worries at all, mate. You know that. And then it looks as though you're in demand for others as well, mate. So, yeah, so we're building towards the 10-minute mark, guys. There's about 2.5 minutes left. We're going to kick the pub quiz off on the 10-minute mark. I want to give people the opportunity to get in. So, guys, I need you, my faithful regulars and new moderators, of course, to get a bit of an audience in for us. We could really do with the extra support on this one. And, of course, I'm sure everybody would enjoy the quiz when we do get it started. So, yeah, we got 2 minutes. 2 minutes until we're kicking this off, guys. 2 minutes. Let's try and gather what we can of an audience. Gather who and what we can. So we only got 10 of us in here. We haven't got any likes. Come on, guys. You all know the drill. Let's get the likes on the go by now. Come on. So cheers. I got a famous person on doing it with 20k followers. 20k isn't famous. Come on, Mike. You know that. 200k maybe, or 20 million maybe, or 2 million even. No, but not 20k. 20k doesn't make someone famous. I think even Adam Thurster might have 20k. I don't have pen and paper, so I use docs. Yeah, you do what you got to do, mate. Are we putting answers in the chat? Absolutely not, my friend. No, we do not put any answers in the chat because you're going to give all the answers away. You basically write your answers down. I'll give you the correct answers at the end. You mark them off, add up all your correct answers, and then whatever you got at the end, you post it in here if you want, or you can take it away with you. But then at the end of the day, it's just a good bit of fun. And another thing that you could do is, if you are in a household with people there who know their football, feel free to have your own little competition amongst yourselves, and even pass your paper around so it can be marked honestly and all that as well. If you have got others in the house who want to join in. But with 30 seconds away from kicking this one off, guys, unfortunately there's only 9 of you in. So hoping there'll be a few more than that for this one, because this is a bumper one. But the one thing that can happen then, though, is if anybody wants to do this afterwards, when it is an actual video up and live to watch as and when you want, people can watch it back and take part in it then. So that's the beauty of this, I suppose. So So go through the reigns again, a bit confused. Right, so we're on the 10-minute mark, so I'm going to explain the quiz a little bit. It might give a little bit of time for some more to put, to sort of get a few more people in here. So the quiz is broken down into 4 different reigns, in which there is 10 questions in reign 1, 10 in reign 2, 10 in reign 3, and then another 5 in reign 4, the final reign. So the first reign is going to basically be who they played for before, and then I'm going to give you a player name, then a team name, so that player played for that team but then joined them from another. So you've got to get the team who they joined them from. So that's reign 1. Reign 2 is going to be who they won it with. So these are all managers who've won a particular trophy, and what you got to do, well, they won a trophy. I'm going to give you the manager, the trophy, and the year they won it. You then got to tell me which club they won that trophy with. So that's 10 questions on that. Who I scored these goals for is reign 3. So then I give you a player name, their appearances and goals for a particular club, the years they played for that club. You just got to get the club. Simples. And then there is what I call 5 ranking winners. You could hear that in a different way if you wanted to. That means you're sick in the head. So I got 5 competitions. All I'm going to do is give you the name of the competition. What you have to do is have a guess at which 5 clubs have won that competition the most. You don't have to get it in order. You don't have to get the amount of times they've won it. All you need to do is put down 5 clubs who you think would be in the top 5 for that. All right. So Labs are saying he won the first 2 pub quizzes. I think it did, and then Richard Pierce came in late last week and pinched that title from you, didn't he? So I'm going to give it 1 more minute, guys. Well, I'll give it to the end of this minute. Did you watch Match of the Day Top 10 last night, Taff? I haven't really been watching them, to be honest. I've been binge watching on Amazon and Netflix, throughout this whole time. So I haven't really bothered with any of that. But anyway, peoples, right. I reckon we should kick this off. What do you reckon? I'm going to give it 20 seconds. We're going to give it 20 seconds and then we're going to kick this off, guys, okay? So be ready to go. Be ready to rock and roll. Right, you watched the English game yet? No, I haven't yet. No. I know Tom pointed that out. It's on Netflix, isn't it? Netflix, that, I believe. I might give that a look later in the week, but I'm hooked on Vikings now at the moment. I think Vikings is awesome. I don't know why I haven't tried watching it before. I've never really fancied it before for some reason, but I thought, no, it's all getting hyped up at the moment. I'm going to give it a go. It is absolutely fucking awesome, honestly. Right then, I think 13.5 minutes is enough time for people to get their asses in here for the quiz. What do you reckon? Did you watch? I haven't watched any of them yet. No, none of them. The only ones I've really watched is the Steven Gerrard one, to be honest with you. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's get going now. Pub quiz is starting now, and we're ready for round 1. Round 1, first 10 questions is who they played for before. So it's quite simple, really. And those of you, make it to 15 minutes, right? In which case, then, Michael, you're not an Amber Army. I'll tell you what. Do me a favour, Mike. Go onto Facebook for me and share the link in the county chat for me. Share the link in the county chat. Share the link in the county chat and try and tweet it through the Amber Army. Well, I did already tweet it on the Amber Army, but share it on the county chat and say it's starting now. You're 11, Kieran, you shouldn't be watching it. Well, it depends if you've got cool parents or not. I mean, if I was a parent, I certainly wouldn't. I'm not that cool. No, you don't have Facebook. Oh, for God's sake, don't you use your bloody thing anymore? Jesus Christ, Mike, what's going on, mate? What's going on? Don't worry about it. It's fine.
I can do it.
Go on, Leanne's going to do it for me. There we go. Leanne's going to share the link in the county chat. We're going to try and build the viewers up so we can actually get some people to play this quiz with you all.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that'll be the one. There we go. Good old girl, isn't she? I'll do Twitter now, 2 secs. Good man. Uh, right, and the rest of you guys, if you want to get onto the Ember Army and retweet the quiz,
Oh, is it going for me?
yeah, just put it through as you on the county chat, that's all.
Do I need to
Will you download the COVID-19 app, Taff? Well, what is the COVID-19 app?
Do I need to write anything?
No. Here we go. Here we go. Do you pay for? Yeah, you do pay. It's not a lot of money though, considering what you're getting for it. You know the amount of stuff that you can actually do on there. You know it's crazy. Oh, I tell you what, Leanne. Just bear with me 2 seconds, guys. Text the link to your sister and tell her to get your dad to watch it. Say get dad to watch. Your sister can do it. Your dad will probably want to take part in this. Get him a pen and paper. And the same for all of you guys. If you can think of anybody else who will want to have a go, because it's the 35 question long pub quiz. There's nothing else really better to do on a Sunday night than something like this. If you like your football, is there really? And it looks as though with just 7 of you in here, it's going to be a bit shit, isn't it? You know, I mean, I'll make sure I see it through for you guys because you're obviously the loyal subscribers and all that. But she thinks I'm watching Lego Batman and things. Well, fucking hell, yeah, you certainly look like you're watching something Lego with my fucking head of hair at the moment. Alright, good man, Mike, good man. So we're going to give it a couple more minutes. We're going to give it a minute or 2 more, and then we're going to start the pub quiz. What's better than a pub quiz? Being in the pub. Well, this is the next best thing. You know, if you're of age, you can grab yourself a can of lager, you can kick back, you know, and then there we go. There, 2 secs. Let me get a can. There you go. See, treat it like a pub. Treat it like a pub yourself. I'm just calling from the back range, you know. So Sam G is in. How's it going, mate? So we're doing a pub quiz now. Pub quiz is starting very soon, guys. Very, very, very soon. We're just giving people the opportunity to get in. The Callum's on the Peroni. What's Mikey Green got? A can of what? Shandy. There we go. So good man.
I thought that was going for the
No. So there we go. Alright then, guys. I'm going to give it till the 20-minute mark then, okay? I know I said 10 minutes to start with, but let's say the 20-minute mark. Let's just do that. Give people the chance to get in. Alright, so we've got 10 of you in here now. Good evening, Richard. We're going to be kicking off shortly, mate. You're on time this time, but you were nearly about nearly 8 minutes late.
Is that all football?
Yeah, it's all football questions. All football questions. Seen Boris, yep. Ryan G's going for some tequila. You'll need that to get through, you know, a 30-minute freaking stream with me. So for those of you who are taking part in the pub quiz, make sure you got your pen and paper ready to go. I got a bumper quiz tonight. 35 questions, 55 points up for grabs, sectioned off in 4 different rounds. And round 1 is going to start very soon.
Right there, Lucy and my dad are going to do it together.
Are they? Alright, so Lucy and Phil, Big Phil, are going to do it together. No, don't matter. So that's what it's all about, you know. It's for me. It's not so much, you know, the amount of viewers that we got. There's not so much the amount of viewers that we get. For me, it's getting enough people involved so you've got something interesting to do on a Sunday night, you know. So Sam G's got his paper. Ryan G Labs votes Plaid Cymru. Haha, you sap. So yeah, we're getting close. We're getting close to the start now. Wales have said their own thing. I know, but then it's going to be, you know.
It's confusing. Everyone's saying
yeah, but people are saying that it's, you know, it's everybody's own thing, but then at the same time, the government is the government, and they'll be, you know, we'll be adopting what Boris has said to a large degree. I can tell you that much. Right then. So we're down to the last 30 seconds before we kick this off, guys. In 30 seconds time. So I guess you did get a bit of a Q&A or a bit of a, you know, a shite chat, you know, beforehand. So I guess you're lucky enough to have done that. But I just want to make sure everybody's got their pen and paper ready now. Because we're seconds away. We are seconds away at Millwall. Richard Pearce, Millwall's last result ever was a 3-0 win over Nottingham Forest on March the 6th. Oh, the good old days. It does seem like, you can talk about football as the good old days now, can't you?
They said go in
Callum,
now.
stay alert, control the virus as if you're able to train the virus in the same way you train a puppy. Ah, control the virus. In other words, don't be part of the problem. Basically, don't get around anybody, don't catch off anyone, and don't pass it on. Basically, we've got these new Football Manager logos. They look class. To be fair, looking forward to the Football Manager series. Yeah, looking forward to that myself. I'd imagine that your microphone will be with you soon. Callum. Oh, right. Okay. So guys, right, we're ready to kick this off now. All right.
My dad's in this.
So be ready. Be ready. We're starting with round number 1. Round number 1 is who they played for before. So I'm going to give you a player name, a team that they played for, and the answer has got to be the team that they played for before that. Okay? So here we go. We're going to start, finally, after 21 minutes nearly, we're going to start on question number 1. Right then, so number 1. So you get the concept now. I'm going to give you a player name, a team who they played for. The answer has got to be the team they played for before them. Ready? So number 1 is Didier Drogba and Chelsea. So who did Didier Drogba play for immediately before Chelsea? That is question number 1 of round 1. Didier Drogba and Chelsea. Who did he play for before them? That's number 1. Right then, I think we've got plenty of time on that. Question number 2. Patrice Evra and Man United. Who did Patrice Evra play for before Man United? Patrice Evra and Manchester United. That was question number 2. Question number 3. Raul Albiol and Napoli. Who did Raul Albiol, Spanish defender Raul Albiol, who did he play for before Napoli? Raul Albiol and Napoli. Who did Raul Albiol play for before Napoli? Right then. On to question number 4. Daniel Sturridge and Chelsea. Who did Daniel Sturridge play for before he moved to Chelsea? Question number 4 was Daniel Sturridge and Chelsea. Who did he play for before? Oh, it's not often you get Richard Pearce stumped on anything. Hey. Right then. Question number 5. Zé Roberto, Brazilian winger Zé Roberto and Bayern Munich. Who did he play for before Bayern Munich? Zé Roberto, Bayern Munich. Who did he play for before Bayern Munich? Right then. So there we go. Zé Roberto, Brazilian winger, and Bayern Munich. Who did he play for before them? Right then, on to number 6. Patrick Kluivert and Newcastle United. Believe it or not, yes, Patrick Kluivert did play for Newcastle United briefly, but obviously the answer we need is who we played for before Newcastle. Patrick Kluivert and Newcastle United. Who did he play for before Newcastle? So that was question number 6. We got 4 more of these before we move on to round 2. So number 6 was Patrick Kluivert and Newcastle. Who did he play for before them? Right then, question 7. Lilian Thuram. Lilian Thuram and Juventus. So Lilian Thuram obviously played for Juventus, but who did he play for before Juventus? Lilian Thuram, French right back come centre back. Who did he play for before he played for Juventus? That was number 7. Lilian Thuram and Juventus. Who did he play for before them? I repeat myself a lot and just making sure everybody has got the question so they know they can get the answer. So Lilian Thuram was the best right back ever for Richard Pearce. Oh, it takes a lot to stump Cafu for me, to be honest with you, but Lilian Thuram's certainly up there. Question number 8 will be Philippe Coutinho and Liverpool. Philippe Coutinho. Zanetti's a good shape, by the way, lads, for best right back. Philippe Coutinho and Liverpool. Who did Philippe Coutinho play for before Liverpool? Who did Liverpool buy him off of? Philippe Coutinho and Liverpool. So for anybody who's just coming in, We are doing a pub quiz. We're only on question number 8. So if you want to pick up from here with a pen and paper, you can. So I'm going to do that up until we've done round 2. I think it'd be a bit much to go through all them. But I may skip through a few of them at the end if you need me to re-ask any questions. So we're on number 8. Any newcomers can join into the pub quiz, and I will do the first 2 rounds again at the end if you come in at any point. So Philip Coutinho, Liverpool. Who did he play for before Liverpool? We're on to question number 9. Joshua Kimmich. Joshua Kimmich, German defender. Who did he play for before Bayern Munich? So Joshua Kimmich is now, I believe he's still at Bayern Munich now. I believe he is anyway. But who did he play for before Bayern Munich? So Joshua Kimmich, Bayern Munich. Oh, I'm going to lay back. Oh, don't have to give you a bad back when you're going to lean forward to show your face on the camera. I'm just going to lay back a bit, guys, okay? So question 9 was Joshua Kimmich and Bayern Munich. Who did he play for before Bayern Munich? And the last one of this round now, number 10. The last one is the last one of this round, number 10. Mario Mandzukic. Mario Mandzukic and Atletico Madrid. Who did he play for before Atletico Madrid? Mario Mandzukic. I think he's a highly rated striker who's very underrated for how good he actually is. Mandzukic. I'm a big fan of his, and I've always felt, although he's played for top class clubs and he's been highly rated, I've always felt that he should be sort of up another level, in the plaudits that he gets. But anyway, question 10 was Mario Mandzukic, Atletico Madrid. Who did he play for before that? So yeah, works guts 8. There's no measure for hard work, is there, in football, though? No one really gets measured for it. It always seems to be at a technique and goals and assists only thing. No one ever really measures hard work in any statistics. You got moved to RB and he's back at CM. All right, so that's Joshua Kimmich for you then. Fair play. So for those of you just joining us, we're doing a pub quiz at the moment. You are free to join with only 10 questions in. I can re-ask those 10 questions at the end, and you can start from question 11, but you get yourself a pen and paper. We are about to start. Round 2, guys. I'm just going to explain round 2 whilst the newcomers get the chance to get their pen and paper ready. But basically, this one is who they won it with. So I'm going to give you a manager name, a competition, and the year that they won it, and you've got to give me the team that they won that competition with. So there'll be a couple of easy ones, but then there'll be some tough ones in this one, I can tell you now. I reckon the majority of you will get the majority of this right, to be honest with you, because you all seem pretty switched on with your football knowledge. But anyway, for the newcomers, hope you got your pen and paper ready, because we're kicking off round 2. Round 2, who they won it with. The first one is Roberto Martinez, FA Cup 2013. Who did he win that with? Roberto Martinez, FA Cup 2013. Who did he win that with? I say a nice easy one to kick that one off with. Roberto Martinez, FA Cup 2013. Who did he win that with? That was question 11. We're on to question 12. Fabio Capello, UEFA Champions League 1994. Who did he win that with? Richard Pearce. I'd be very disappointed in you if you don't get this one right. Or any of the older ones watching this and taking part, I'd imagine you'd get this one quite easily. So yeah, number 12 was Fabio Capello. Fabio Capello, UEFA Champions League 1994. Who did he win that with? On to number 13 then. Pep Guardiola, UEFA Champions League 2011. Another nice easy one for you. So that was question 13. Pep Guardiola, UEFA Champions League 2011. Who did he win that with? Who did he win that with? If you're a newcomer to the stream, we're doing the pub quiz right now, but you can join in if you get your pen and paper now. I will redo the first 2 rounds at the end and any other questions you may have missed. But make sure you've got your pen and paper ready now, and we make sure we catch you up by the time we finish it. Question 14 is Jose Mourinho, UEFA Champions League 2010. Jose Mourinho, UEFA Champions League 2010. Who did he win that with? Look, we've started a fullback debate now. We have, and who's the best right back of all time? I've thrown Cafu in. That obviously Richard made the statement about Lilian Thuram, and now we've had Javier Zanetti and Philip Lahm thrown into it now as well. I wonder what smart ass like Michael Green, for example, is going to turn around and try and say Gary Neville. So yeah, so the latest question was Maldini is the best fullback, no argument. Yeah, 100%. Well, look, here's Mike with Wan-Bissaka. Why don't you Wan-Bissaka that up your ass? Jose Mourinho was the last one UEFA Champions League in 2010. We're on to question 15. Carlo Ancelotti, Ligue 1 in 2013. Who did he win that with? Carlo Ancelotti, Ligue 1 of 2013. So, if those of you who don't know, Ligue 1 is the French league. The French league top tier division. So, who did he win that division with in 2013? That's Carlo Ancelotti. Right then, now this next one's going to be one of your tougher ones. So, it's question number 16, and that's Diego Simeone. And the competition is the Argentine Primera Division of 2008. Who did Diego Simeone win the Argentine Primera Division in 2008 with? Diego Simeone, Argentine Primera Division 2008. Who did he win that one with? I'll give you a bit of time to think about that one. I can't imagine many of you are going to get this one right. But then, when you get the answer, you'll think, well, actually, yeah, you know, I do understand that should be the correct answer, but you know, there's so many it could have been. So yeah, it's even a guess for Richard Pearce on that one. So Ryan G, you know, he's tight with Diego and all that. He's giving him a call. So that's just as bad as Googling, mate. Come on, mate. You can't go and get it from the horse's mouth, mate. Come on. Right then, on to the next one, 17. Unai Emery, Europa League 2014. Who did Unai Emery win the Europa League in 2014 with? So that was Unai Emery, Europa League 2014 for question number 17. Right then. On to 18. 18 is Ottmar Hitzfeld and the Bundesliga 1996. Who did Ottmar Hitzfeld win the Bundesliga in 1996 with? That's Ottmar Hitzfeld, Bundesliga 1996. That was question 18. Ottmar Hitzfeld, Bundesliga 1996. So just in case somebody doesn't know what that is the German league. Just in case. Right then, 3, 2, 1 on the question number 19. The next one is Gus Hiddink and the Dutch Eredivisie, which is the Dutch league, in 2003. Who did Gus Hiddink win the Dutch league, the Eredivisie, in 2003 with? So a lot of these could be educated guesses as well, mind. So don't think just because you don't know it for certain that you can't guess it right by an educated guess, you know. So Gus Hiddink, Eredivisie, the Dutch league in 2003. Who did he win that with? And then we're on to the final question of this round. Question 20 is Johan Cruyff, Copa del Rey 1990. Johan Cruyff, Copa del Rey 1990. Who did he win that with? Copa del Rey 1990, Johan Cruyff. Who did Johan Cruyff win that competition with? And that there, ladies and gentlemen, I'll say ladies because I do know for a fact there's at least one lady watching. because I know Leanne's sister is taking part, but going through, you know, her and her dad are doing it. Hi Phil, hi Lucy, and Marg if you're there. So that's the end of round 2. We're about to kick off for round 3, so if anybody is new to the stream, we've done the first 2 rounds of our pub quiz. You can feel free to join in from here, because I will read through the first 2 rounds again if I need to. If anybody needs it at the end, just let me know. So we're going to go on to round number 3 now then, okay? So round number 3 is called Who I Scored These Goals For. So I'm going to give you a player name. I'm going to give you the amount of appearances and goals they scored and in which years, and you've got to tell me which club they were playing for to achieve that. So they obviously played for this club, they made X amount of appearances for them, they scored X amount of goals for them, and then they played for them between this year and this year. You just got to give me the club name. And Ottmar Hitzfeld, by the way, what a coach. Probably the best club coach to come out of Germany. I mean, Joachim Low won a World Cup, you know, considering how many fantastic teams are out there, winning a World Cup now is got to make you one of the best managers in your country's history. But for club management out of Germany, it doesn't really come better than Ottmar Hitzfeld, to be honest with you. Right then, so here we go, rolling on then. Round number 3, question 21. So he won the Euro 2004 with Greece. That's correct, mate. Yeah, I mean, Greece had some budding, beautiful players coming through at that time, mind you. But even though it's Greece, and he still won a major international competition with them, fucking unbelievable. Right. So question 21, the first of round 3. Here we go. So it's who I scored these goals for. So the first one is Kevin Phillips, and for a particular club, he made 71 appearances, scored 38 goals. And that was between the years 2006 to 2008. Who was the club who he played for? So Kevin Phillips, 71 appearances, 38 goals between 2006 and 2008. Which club was that for? Kevin Phillips, 71 appearances, 38 goals, 2006 and 2008. You've got to give me the club name. Right then, on to the next one. Robbie Fowler. 13 appearances, 4 goals between 2007 and 2008. Which club was that for? So that was Robbie Fowler. 13 appearances, 4 goals, 2007 to 2008. What club was that? Right then, on to 23. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. 88 appearances, 57 goals, between 2006 and 2009. Who did he play for then? So Zlatan Ibrahimovic, 88 appearances, 57 goals between 2006 and 2009. Who was that with? On to question 24. Ida Gudjonsson, 72 appearances, 10 goals between 2006 and 2009. So Ida Gudjonsson, 72 appearances and 10 goals between 2006 and 2009. Which club was that for? I'm just getting notifications coming up a minute. Just going to swipe them off because they distract me. Yes, that was Ida Gudjonsson, 72 appearances and 10 goals between 2006 and 2009. Which club was that for? On to number 25. Patrick Kluivert, between 25 appearances, 6 goals between 2004 and 2005. That's Patrick Kluivert, 25 appearances, 6 goals between 2004 and 2005. On to the next, 26, Emmanuel Adebayor. Emmanuel Adebayor, 104 appearances and 46 goals between 2006 and 2009. Emmanuel Adebayor, 104 appearances, 46 goals between 2006 and 2009. So that is that one. Christian Vieri, who remembers him? Awesome Italian striker he was. This is question number 27. Christian Vieri, 24 appearances and 24 goals between 1997 and 1998? Christian Vieri, 24 appearances and 24 goals between 1997 and 1998. Oh, I'd imagine I've stumped a few of you with some of these ones. This is the tougher round, I've got to be fair to you. Next one, 28, Mario Balotelli. 54 appearances, 20 goals between 2010 and 2013. That's Mario Balotelli, 54 appearances and 20 goals between 2010 and 2013. Mario Balotelli, the gift that keeps on giving. On to number 29. So the next one, 29, is Edin Dzeko. 111 appearances and 66 goals between 2007 and 2011. Who did he play for then? That's Edin Dzeko, 111 appearances, 66 goals between 2007 and 2011. Who did he play for then? And then the final question of this round, and we're on to the last 5 shortly. So the final question, Ronaldo, Brazilian Ronaldo now. 20 appearances, 9 goals between 2007 and 2008. That's 20 appearances, 9 goals between 2007 and 2008. That's Brazilian Ronaldo now. Between 2007 and 2008, making 20 appearances, scoring just 9 goals. Who was that for? And there we go. And there we go. That is the end of round number 3. And round number 4 is called the 5 ranking winners. So I'm going to give you cup competitions. And what you need to do is give me the top 5. The top 5 of teams who've won it the most. So these don't have to be in order. You don't have to give me the amount of times they've won it. And in some cases, I'm not going to tell you where. In some cases, obviously there's joint, like one team won it the same amount as another. That counts for one spot. So you can have, so basically you can only get 5 points. You can only get 5 points per question. But as long as you've got 5 of the top 5, like I said, in some cases there may be more than one who take a spot in the top 5. As long as you get 5 of them, you get the full 5 points. Alright? So it's the 5 ranking winners. So I'm going to give you a cup competition, and you're going to tell me which teams are in the top 5 with the amount of times they've won it. Alright? So the first one is the English FA Cup. So I'm going to give you a bit of time on these ones. The English FA Cup, can you name 5 teams, or the 5 teams, or 5 of the teams that are in the top 5? So I'm doing them in a numerical order. So if they've won it 10 times, they'll be first. Then, you know, I'm not saying that this is exact, but if someone's won it 10 times and they've won it the most, that's 10. Then if somebody's won it 9, they'll be in second. Then if 2 teams have won it 8, both of those teams occupy third. Then if 2 teams have won it 7, both of those teams will occupy fourth. And then if 3 teams have won it 6 times, then all 3 of those teams will occupy fifth. As long as you got 5 teams that will be in there, you'll get 5 points. Alright? So it's the FA Cup, the first one. List 5 teams. List 5 teams who have won the FA Cup in the top 5 most times. So that was question 31. I think I've given you plenty of time on that one now, haven't I? I think I've given you plenty of time to get that one. Question 32 is the Copa del Rey, so that's the Spanish Cup. The Copa del Rey. So 5 teams who are in the top 5 for who have won it. So do you need all 5 or a point per correct team? You need to get 5 of them at least, but you can only get as many as 5 points per question. So you get 1 point per team. But if if in one case there's like more than one team occupying one slot, You don't have to get both, or you don't have to get all of the teams who are occupying that slot, as long as you got at least one of them. But even if you miss one on another slot, as long as within the teams that are in that list, as long as you've got 5 of them, you'll get 5 points. Or if you get 4 of them, you get 4 points. But you can't get more than 5. In some instances, there's only 5. In some instances, there is only 5. But in some instances, there's a few more because there's more than one team occupying one slot. So you can do it that way. So the Copa del Rey, the Spanish Cup. The Copa del Rey, the Spanish Cup. The 5 teams that have won that the most. And then on to the next, number 33. So, William Harrison, have you started? We have started and we're close to finishing, mate. But what you can do if you want, you can watch this video back from the beginning if you want, but make sure you fast forward it 20 minutes in. Okay? And then you can take part in it that way because we've nearly finished, mate, sorry. So the next one is 33 8 of 35 as well. So the next one is the Coppa Italia. So obviously the Italian Cup. 5 teams who are in the top 5 for teams who've won it the most. So William, yes, you could watch this from the beginning if you want. It'll just take me too long to go through all the questions again, if you know what I mean. But watch it from the beginning after it's uploaded, and then you can take part in it that way. Then, okay. So 33 was the Coppa Italia. List the 5 teams that are in the top 5 for who've won it the most. Right, then on to number 34. That is the Scottish Cup. The 5 teams. I know there's 2 of them you're going to get straight away, but it's the other 3. You're going to get the other 3. So the Scottish Cup is 34. So the 5 teams that have won the Scottish Cup the most times, the top 5. You don't have to get these in order either. As long as you've got the clubs listed that are within that top 5, then you're good to go. So we're moving on to the final one. I'll give you a couple more seconds to write down your Scottish teams that you think have done that. Now, 35 is the Coupe de France. Do I really need to tell you which cup that is? So just in case I need to, yeah, it is the French Cup. So the 5 teams that have won the French Cup the most times that you can think of. I know there'll be 1 or 2 of them in here that you will get. But then there'll be 1 or 2 of them that you probably won't. You apparently are saying hot with a French accent. Really? Come on, I sound hot with a Welsh accent, mate. You know that. The Coupe de France. Oh la la. Bonjour. Fuck you, man. There we go. That there is the end of the quiz, ladies and gentlemen. So now, I take it you're going to want the answers so you can start marking them. So guys, if you've been playing this with more than one of you, sounds more Russian. See, I can't do an accent that isn't my own. I'm shite. I know this. That's why I don't do accent impersonation. That's why I do talking shite. I do talking shite blogs because I talk shite like a fucking expert. So there we go. So you're going to want some answers now, so make sure if you are in a household where there's more than one of you playing at the same time, you can swap papers, so you can make a little competition between yourselves. Otherwise, you've got to mark this honestly. So whenever you play Palace, you sing "Why I Can't Now." Oh, is that because you drop kicked one of their fans? Yeah, he was a bit of a knob for that, but then I'd imagine it's a good sort of banter chip to play against Crystal Palace whenever you play them, yeah. Right then, so the answers are coming right up then. What about my impressions, iLabs? So that's Michael Green, that is. I could imagine that your impressions are worse than mine. But there we go. Right then, so from the beginning then, before we start giving you the answers, does anybody need any questions reading back 8? Does anybody else need any questions reading back 8? I'll happily read some 8. We've got no takers for the first 2 rounds, so we'll skip that one. Leanne's checking with Lucy and Phil. Hi guys. The Robbie Fowler one, please. So the Robbie Fowler one was question number 22. And Robbie Fowler, 13 appearances and 4 goals in 2007 to 2008. Which club was that for? So Robbie Fowler played in 2007 till 2008 with a club, making 13 appearances and scoring 4 goals. Who was that? Do we have any more takers on this one? There doesn't really seem to be many people asking for anything. I'm just waiting to see if the big man and Lucy need anything.
First one only.
The first question only. So Labs, don't think I've won this one. I don't know, mate. You never know. You might surprise yourself. A lot of this could be educated guesswork, and you may have surprised yourself on that. And the same goes for all of you. Never leave any of these questions blank, mind. Always guess with something. That's what. So 55 points to play for, Mike. Yeah.
Question 1.
Question 1 I've been asked for from Lucy and Phil. So who they played for before. So question 1 was Didier Drogba and Chelsea. Who did Didier Drogba play for before Chelsea? I'll give them time to do that. Mike wants the Capello one. You would do, wouldn't you? Come into it right at the end with a question. Freaking hell, Mike. So that was question 12. Fabio Capello won the UEFA Champions League in 1994. Who with? Fabio Capello won the Champions League in 1994. Who did he win that with? So, Kluivert. Oh, freaking hell, Mike. Kluivert. Patrick Kluivert was question 25. 25 appearances, 6 goals between 2004 and 2005. Who with? And Vieri, Christian Vieri. That was question 27. 24 appearances, 24 goals, 1997 and 1998. Who did he play for? So the Dzeko one. Oh, what's 29 again, mate? Sorry, Labs. Yeah, Dzeko, Edin Dzeko. 111 appearances, 66 goals between 2007 and 2011. Who was that with? So feel free as I'm giving answers to go in and say I got that one. But because I can imagine a lot of you are going to say that, you better put I got that one with the question number on the end so I know which one you got. Because I'd be interested to know who got what on these, because some of these are quite easy, some of these are quite hard. But this is the last call now for any any questions to be reread. Last call.
You sound like a bingo caller.
Leanne says I sound like a bingo caller. Do you think I could make a living calling bingo numbers? I could do that quite easily. Thankfully, I do the job that I do because I probably earn twice the amount a bingo caller makes, and I haven't got to just shake numbers out. Right then, so well done, Callum, giving away the correct answers, giving people the opportunity to change. So I don't want you to give me the answers. Don't give me the answers. Basically, as I read the answers, say I got that one with the question number. Had to delete the comment. You gave the answer away. Yeah, and for those of you who picked that up, make sure you take advantage of that one so you can get yourself an extra point, because we're about to give the answer for that. Because I gave the last call for rereads, and we've had no further takers. So here we go. Answers. Starting with question 1. So this was the who they played for before round. Didier Drogba and Chelsea. Before Chelsea, played for Marseille, as Callum quite correctly put up. Drogba played up front with Mido for them. Yes, for Marseille. Ryan G, I can imagine you at Butlins, Taff, calling the numbers. Me at Butlins. I mean, what the hell, mate? I thought you liked me. So anyone who wants to just say their score at the end is fine. But then, there we go. Marseille was the correct answer. Patrice Evra was question number 2, Man United. Before Man United, it was Monaco. Pontins. Oh, come on, man. Pontins are the kind of place you can see the last occupant's feces under the bed. Right then, so question number 3 was Raul Albiol, Napoli. Before Napoli, it was Real Madrid. That was question 3. Question number 4, the correct answer for Daniel Sturridge and Chelsea was Manchester City. Man City was the team he came through at. He moved on to Chelsea. They tried playing him as a winger. He didn't do so well. He moved on to Liverpool as a striker and scored a bunch of goals. So Richard Pearce didn't get Evra. But yeah, I thought you might have got that one. I didn't get that either, 1 out of 3. Oof. Callum's got the first 3. Richard Pearce, you're in trouble here. Number 4 was Zé Roberto, Bayern Munich. Who did he play for before them? It was Bayer Leverkusen. As I see, I see what you mean now, Rich. You meant you didn't get Raul Albiol, but you got Daniel Sturridge. So Labs got all 4 of the first 4. Zé Roberto, Bayern Munich. Before Bayern Munich, there was Bayer Leverkusen. Back when Bayer Leverkusen had an absolute kick-ass team and they got to the final of the Champions League, they had Zé Roberto and Lucio and players like that playing for them. They were quality back then. So number 6 was Patrick Kluivert. Patrick Kluivert, Newcastle United. Who was it before that? It was Barcelona. Barcelona. Question number 7 was Lilian Thuram, Juventus. Before Juventus, it was Parma. It was Parma before Juventus. Number 8 was Philip Coutinho and Liverpool. Before Liverpool, it was Inter Milan. Number 9 was Joshua Kimmich, Bayern Munich. Before that, it was Red Bull Leipzig. And then the final one of round 1 was question number 10 was Mario Mandzukic, and that was obviously who he played for before Atletico Madrid. That was Bayern Munich. So it was Bayern Munich before Atletico Madrid, and that concludes the answers to round 1. Swiftly on to round 2. So round 2 was who they won it with. So it was the manager's name, the competition and the year they won it in, and you had to give me the club they won it with. Question 11, Roberto Martinez FA Cup 2013 was Wigan. Question 12, Fabio Capello UEFA Champions League in 1994 was with AC Milan. 13, Pep Guardiola UEFA Champions League in 2011 was with Barcelona. Question 14 was Jose Mourinho UEFA Champions League in 2010, and that was with Inter Milan. Carlo Ancelotti Ligue 1 in 2013 was with Paris Saint-Germain. Diego Simeone, now this is the one I thought I would tipple you all with. Maybe 1 or 2 of you may have got it. Diego Simeone with the Argentine Primera Division in 2008 was with River Plate. The Argentine Primera Division in 2008 was with River Plate. That was question number 16. Unai Emery was question 17. UEFA Europa League in 2014. That was Sevilla. Question number 18 was Ottmar Hitzfeld with the Bundesliga in 1996. That was Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund was question number 18. Number 19, Gus Hiddink, the Dutch Eredivisie in 2003 was with PSV Eindhoven. And then finally to wrap this round up, Johan Cruyff, the Copa del Rey in 1990 was with Barcelona. And correct, yes, Paul Lambert did play for Dortmund back then. Right then, so the answers for round 3 was who I scored these goals for. So I basically gave you the player's name, the amount of appearances they made for that club, for the club in question, the goals they scored and years they played for them. And there's Lab saying he was going to do shite. Lab saying he was going to do shite, and you've got how many? 19 out of 20. Absolutely unbelievable, mate. Well done. So who I scored these goals for? The first one was Kevin Phillips, 71 appearances, 38 goals, 2006 to 2008. That was with West Bromwich Albion. This will bring the averages down, I think, this round will. Question 22 was Robbie Fowler, 13 appearances and 4 goals between 2007 and 2008, was with Cardiff City. 23 Zlatan Ibrahimovic, 88 appearances and 57 goals, 2006 to 2009, was with Inter Milan. Question 24, Idaker Johnson, 72 appearances and 10 goals between 2006 and 2009, but that was with Barcelona. So we moved to after Chelsea. 25 was Patrick Kluivert, 25 appearances, 6 goals between 2004 and 2005, was with Newcastle United. 26 was Emmanuel Adebayor, 104 appearances, 46 goals between 2006 and 2009. That was his time at Arsenal. Before he moved on to Man City, when he did that knee slide in front of the Arsenal fans, he ran the length of the pitch to do it. And it looks like the Arsenal fans were going to kill him. To be fair, I would have felt like doing that if I was one of them. Question 27, was Christian Vieri, 24 appearances, 24 goals between 1997 and 1998. That was with Atletico Madrid. Question 28 was Mario Balotelli, 54 appearances and 20 goals between 2010 and 2013. That club was Man City. 29, Edin Dzeko, 111 appearances and 66 goals between 2007 and 2011. That was with Wolfsburg. And then finally, to wrap this round up, Ronaldo, Brazilian Ronaldo, 20 appearances and 9 goals between 2007 and 2008. That was with AC Milan. I'd certainly like to see what you're all on now. So we're coming on to the final 5, and I can tell you now that all you need is to have got 5 clubs. There's no more than 5 points in this. So Richard Pearce, 25 out of 30. That's a good score. Ryan's also got 25 out of 30. Had to make that round, more tequila needed. Get it down, you mate. 26 out of 30. Looks like Michael Green is taking it at the moment. I'd be interested to see what Labs has got up his sleeve after that one. I thought that 27 out of 30. So we brought your average down a bit, but not by as much as I thought. Fair play, some of you are doing really well in this. Well done to you. Right then, so the next and final round was the 5 ranking winners. So there was 5 questions, all basically 5 cup competitions, and you had to get 5 of the teams that are in the top 5 who've won it the most. So the first one was question 31 in the FA Cup. Currently top in the charts on that one is Arsenal 13 times. Then Man United with 12. Then Chelsea and Tottenham with 8. Then Liverpool and Aston Villa with 7. And then Newcastle, Man City and Blackburn with 6. So as long as you've got 5 of them clubs, you've got 5 points. So as long as you've got 5 of them clubs, you've got 5 points. If you've got 6 of those clubs, you still only get 5 points. And I think you get the gist with 7, 8, 9, blah, blah, blah. But then if you've only got 4 of them, you've got 4. It doesn't matter what order they're in, as long as you've got them written down, they're fine. Right then, the Copa del Rey was 32, the Spanish Cup. Barcelona are top of that with 30, and here's the surprising one, in second place. Richard Pearce, 2 seconds. I've asked if I can repeat the answers on that one. So basically, you've got to have had 5 of these clubs: Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea, Tottenham, Liverpool, Villa, Newcastle, Man City, and Blackburn. As long as you've got 5 of them, you've got 5 points, basically. So the Copa del Rey, the Spanish, we already had Barcelona with 30. In second place with the Copa del Rey is Athletic Bilbao. Athletic Bilbao with 23. Real Madrid with 19. Then Atletico Madrid with 10. And then Valencia with 8. So they're the 5. So if you've got all 5 of them, you've got 5 points. If you've only got 4, 3, 2, 1 or none of them, you only get the respective points for them. So I have Barcelona, Athletic Bilbao, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, and Valencia. 33, it was the Coppa Italia. So the Italian Cup. On top of that is Juventus with 13. Then it's Roma with 9. Inter with 7. Lazio with 7. And then Fiorentina with 6. So just the 5 up for grabs on that one. Or just the 5 you could get. And then Juventus, Roma, Inter, Lazio and Fiorentina are the 5 you needed in that one. Moving on to the Scottish Cup. And there's only 5 in this one as well that you could go for. And the obvious first 2, I'd shoot any one of you if you didn't get these ones right. There's obviously Celtic with 39, Rangers with 33. Queen's Park with 10. That's the one I don't think any of you would get. Hearts with 8. And then Aberdeen with 7. I'd imagine a few people had AC Milan, Ryan, as you say there. I'd imagine a few people would have said AC Milan on that one. A couple may have said someone like Napoli. You know, imagine having Maradona there, they would have won a few cups, within there. But no, but the Scottish Cup was Celtic, Rangers, Queen's Park, Hearts, and Aberdeen. So Michael reckons he's got 44 out of 50. Bloody hell. Richard's got 42 out of 50. I could believe that. We're coming on to the final one. So Callum got Queen's Park. I'm Scottish. Oh, well, there you go. That gives you a bit of an advantage, mate. Well done. So he's on 38. Not doing too bad there, mate. I'd imagine anyone who gets 30 or more has done well on this. I can tell you now, has done very well. But some of you are just frigging beasts, aren't you? You just know too much shit for your own, good, The Coupe de France is the final one, the French Cup, as we wrap this up now. Coupe de France, Paris Saint-Germain with 12. Then it's Marseille with 10. Then Saint-Etienne with 6. Lille also with 6. And then it's Monaco. No, the thing is, I've only gone 4 spaces on. Yeah, it looks. Yeah, I've only gone 4 spaces on this one. It was just too many freaking teams on this one. So I'm just going with these. Paris Saint-Germain with 12. Marseille with 10. Saint-Etienne with 6. Lille with 6. Monaco with 5. RC Paris with 5. Lyon with 5. And then Red Star with 5. And that wraps the quiz up for us. Whew, there we go. Got through all that, didn't I? Imagine how long it took me to write all that shit as well. But for the effort that I put in, I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's not about the effort, it's all about your enjoyment. That's why we do this. Michael reckons he got 49 out of 55. Good effort, mate. How many of them were Googled. So Richard's saying 46 out of 54. 55, mate. Ryan G, 49 out of 55. Not bad, Ryan. Callum got 42. Labs finished with 50 out of 55. That's good going, that is. And for those of you playing against anybody in your households, it'd be good to know how many you got and how many your challengers got as well. So I thank you all for joining me on that one. I actually really enjoyed doing that for you tonight. There's certainly other ways I could have spent my Sunday. I could have been playing FIFA. I could have been doing more Netflix binging. I could have been playing Football Manager. I could probably think of a lot of other things I could be doing, but I actually really enjoyed doing that for you. So thank you for joining me. 39. Who got 39? Well, both of them got 39. Or they were doing it together, were they? Oh, so they were doing it together, and Lucy and Phil got 39. As I said, anybody who got over 30 on that, because that is an advanced, they are advanced questions. They're not obvious. They're not obvious answers on that one. So if you got over 30, you did really well. So well done. And if you got over 40, you're just elite. If you got 50 or more, then you're just crazy. Crazy for football. So yeah. We're going to wrap this one up then, guys. So thank you very much for being a part of it. I really enjoyed it, as I mentioned about 5 times already. I hope you enjoyed it too. After the video is uploaded, please share it on if you can. Let other people take part in it, because you can watch this one back to front and take part in the stream. Take part in the quiz yourself, because you'll go through the questions, then you'll get the answers, and then you can mark it all down. You know, obviously if you've already taken the quiz, I wouldn't advise on doing it again. There we go. Thank you all. Cheerio for now, and as always, up the county. Stay safe, everyone. And until the next time, see you next week. Bye bye.